the Chelsea Rundown, episode 54 for the Dolphin women's first and men's fourths, round 10. That opening music is going to run by Tony Herdman, available on Spotify. We are joined by Ace, as always. Ace, how are you doing this evening, sir?
Mate, every day is a good day, especially when it's a Friday leading into Christmas. 1 week to go before the big break. I can't wait for a teabag. I tell you what, couldn't come at a more better time. I'm looking forward to the Christmas cheer. The lights are up, and I'm looking forward to having a break, spending a bit of time with the family, and sadly, a little bit of time away from baseball, but we will be back.
Oh, we'll be back, baby. Speaking of back, baby, Jess has joined us instead of Lisa. Jess, how are you this evening?
I'm very well, thank you for asking. Thanks for having me back yet again.
You're always welcome. Jess, can you please take us through the women's firsts v Footscray, Saturday, 7 December?
Absolutely. Yep. We had Kate Wines lead us off starting at centre field. Lisa on the hill. Michelle played shortstop. I caught. Bron was at third base. Liv was at first base. Eliza, Narelle, and Emily were all extra hitters. And then Alicia at second base, Cassie left field, and Catherine at right field. So we actually had the seconds forfeit their game this weekend because we didn't quite have the numbers, but we had plenty for our first game. So we had 5 girls from the seconds come up and play in the first so that we had enough for that game.
You nearly had yourself there, the baker's dozen. You know, as we used to be a baker myself, so baker's dozen used to be 13, but obviously I think you had 12 there, unless my mathematics is completely off.
We did. We had a full list of 12, so it was really exciting.
Speaking of exciting, take us through the highlights, Jess. And first off, sorry, my apologies. There was a bit of humidity and the back end of the lens got a bit foggy, but it clears up later. Sorry, Jess, the highlights from the game, please.
So this was actually a bit of a convincing win. Footscray last time we actually had a lot of success. We beat them 25-5, so we were expecting hopefully to make the runs and do that, and we did. We sort of kept them to 1 run and made lots of runs continuously, which was amazing. Big shout out to Lisa on the day. She got 8 strikeouts, which is an absolutely phenomenal effort, and she just commanded it all day and did a very impressive job, and I'm so proud of her. She's amazing. We also actually had Emily from the seconds come in and relieve the last inning, and she did an absolutely stellar job as well. She just threw the ball over the plate and let them hit, and our field just backed her up and got all of the outs. Amazing effort by both those pitchers, so thanks, girls. Hitting was pretty good. We were sort of a little bit off and on. Well, I was off. Everyone else was pretty good because we had such a long lineup. Not everybody got as many at-bats, I guess. The shout-outs I wanted to make was Eliza got 2 hits for the day, and she got a really good ripper one, the first one over the infield. It was this beautiful shot. And then the other one I really enjoyed was Alicia came up from the seconds and got this beautiful hit over the infield. Yeah, and she scored two RBIs. That was really impressive to see, girls coming in and just doing their thing. And the other thing I really liked about it was bringing so many girls from the seconds into the first. There wasn't any kind of a culture clash. Like, everyone just got along. We've all been training together, and it was like we were all one unit already. So it was actually really impressive to watch and play with them. Yeah.
I can second you on that point. I was there spectating, cheering from the sidelines. It was one heck of a game, and you guys look like a very strong pod out there.
Obviously, like you girls, you've been having a lot of success in the batter's box. Obviously, Jess, your lovely wife, you've had a lot of success. I think it was 5 doubles over the last 3 weeks, not a single hit this week, but you did manage to receive double RBIs, so you still managed to keep the streak alive in some sense. And obviously Footscray sort of tested you a little bit. What were your thoughts?
They did. So I was looking at top of our lineup, didn't actually hit as well as they usually would. The first 5 hitters, I think there was 1 hit between us for the whole day, but actually the bottom of the lineup, so all the girls that came from the 2 did an absolutely stellar job with the bat. I think that's really important. Like, as long as there's enough people contributing on the day, we still win games. We still scored heaps of runs, and yeah, everyone's contributing all the time, which is really impressive.
No, I love it. And it's been sort of our men's sort of equality that, it may not be the top 3 or 4 or 5 sort of contributing week in, week out, but, eventually the whole team sort of contributes and you win games like that. That's how baseball teams win games.
Correct. Nice work. Speaking of winning games, Jess, what was that final score, please?
Oh, so the final score was 8-1 our way.
Which brings the season total to?
It was 8 wins and a draw, okay? No losses, no blemishes on these girls' record.
Speaking of no blemishes, that brings us through to the Golden Flipper. Jada, please tell me, whom was nominee 1 this week with a superb play of the day?
Nominee 1 was Liv at our first baseman. She picked this beautiful ball out of the dirt. I think this might have been the last play of the day. It went to second baseman, and who may have taken some time on this and then banged it at her as fast as she could, and it just went straight into the dirt. but Liv just sweeps it out of the dirt, and it's just amazing. She looks after us every week at first base, and I love this. So she's amazing. Well done, Liv. It was very impressive play.
Top stuff, Liv. Excellent work.
Yeah, look, picking plays out of the dirt, it's not my specialty. I certainly struggle with it, and it sort of takes a definite aspect to be able to have that ability to be able to read the ball, where it's going to go, and sort of get the glove down to sort of get it on that hop. So it's certainly a skill that I haven't mastered. So anyone that can do it and can do it successfully, I take my hat off to them.
Successfully and casually, I would say. Jess, please, whom was working their dorsal fin off to receive nominee 2 this week?
Our second nomination was Alicia with her 2 RBI single. I was just so impressed on the day. She was a little bit nervous. There was sort of some feelings all day that maybe she wasn't going to be able to contribute in this team or at this game. And she did a stellar job. She had 2 really beautiful plays at second base, fielder's choice, like covering second. We didn't quite get the double play, but she was moving in the right direction and she got those plays, building confidence. And then this beautiful hit was absolutely stellar. So I'm very proud of her. Thanks, Alicia, for all your effort.
And look, I'm just watching the replay there. I'm just going to give a nomination to the catcher for picking up the bat and moving it out of the runner's way, because what a spectacular form of sportsmanship just to make sure that no one gets injured on the play. What a great job by them. And obviously, Connor's Mrs. Alicia. We love Alicia. She loves having a drink with us, sort of presentation and stuff like that. Love having you down there. Love seeing you have success, as we do love seeing Connor down there.
Great work, Alicia. I suspect it's possibly her relationship with Daz. Maybe there's some extra coaching coming in on the side from Dazzler, maybe, possibly.
That sounds right.
J-Dub, whom is nominee 3, please?
Our final nomination is Kate W. So she's our centre fielder. She's come in from centre field to play second base at the end of the game. And she's not typically a second baseman, but she's just so savvy. Obviously, these Burtons, they know what they're doing. But we've been practicing at training, if Liv gets pulled off the base, making sure second base gets around and covers. And she did it perfectly on the day. So anything where we've done it in training and I see it in the game, I'm so proud of them. And I think it just deserves the Play of the Day award, because these are the sorts of things that are going to help us win games when it's crunch time. And as long as we all know what we're doing and we're all coordinating this way, it's super impressive. And I'm really, really proud of them all.
As someone who plays a little bit of time at second base, I can attest that there is zero chance of 110 kilo me getting over there to cover. So anytime that I see someone with the agility and the ability to get over there to cover those sorts of plays, hats off again, once again. Great play.
Great stuff all round, ladies. Ace, that brings us through to the men's game. Game 2 this evening is us, of course, men's fourths. 8th of December, Chelsea v Pakenham out at Pakenham. That's one heck of a drive to get us there. Ace, take me through, please, the lineup.
Yeah, so other than Fish, who's off with mending from an injury, we sort of went back to maybe an old school bit of a lineup with Razzle Dazzle leading us off at number 1. Your lovely wife, Jesco, she's up in there at number 2. Nico, the Greek Freak, standing in there number 3. Myself in the 4 spot. Big Davey Fisher, Frank Farmer down there in that 5th spot. Teabagger, we love having Teabagger down in 6, don't we, T? Come on, get there, Andy. I'll get around. Lukey Martin, not the Lukey Martin that everyone sort of not gets around. This is Plugger. That's the one we really like. We get right around this guy. Big AJ, welcome back, AJ, off his sickness. Big Jason Humbles, welcome back, Jason Humbles. We love having Humbies out there. Big Ugly, we love having Ugly back there, back from his suspension. And Lucas Carey, mate. I love having you over for Lucas Carey from Tyre.
Minor update on Lucas. I can report his finger is healing, but healing slowly. But there has been some improvement there. Good stuff, Lucas, playing through the pain. Ace, tell me, mate, what were the highlights from the day, please?
Oh, look, I don't want to go too much into this game. We went into it knowing that these guys were going to be the team to beat for the week and going to probably be the team to beat for ourselves. But unfortunately, we didn't come out full guns a-blazing. And unfortunately, we're not able to get enough runs across the board. Probably the first innings was probably a real letdown. We gave across 7 runs, a few sort of uncharacteristic errors that sort of unfortunately sort of hampered us. And once that sort of happened, we were kind of a little bit out of the game, I guess you would say. Not to mention the fact that we weren't able to sort of hit the ball. I'm not too sure what's going on with this Pakenham pitcher, because we're all in the box. That's definitely not something that we can't hit. I definitely feel like we all could. For some reason, there may be a bit of a hoodoo guru going on. Maybe there's a bit of a voodoo doll, maybe not a voodoo doll, maybe a voodoo dolphin doll going on over in Pakenham, and then maybe chucking the pins in it before we come up there, because we definitely don't seem to be able to put the ball anywhere where that's not in the way of a fielder. So
I'm chalking it up to the long drive.
Yeah, it could possibly be. A bit of jet lag. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, a bit of jet lag, I feel you. Maybe that's the problem. They're a really great side. We know that they've sort of got a bunch of sort of experienced guys playing over there, and they all play a very unified way of baseball, and they all seem to sort of get around and play it very well. And unfortunately on the day and over the last 2 times that we played them, we just haven't been able to get the chocolates on them.
I also just wanted to add, I think we just do have to acknowledge that we weren't at our strongest, I guess. I kind of really would have liked to see David Fisher at shortstop against this team and Shane catching. I think that actually gives us a really good solid foundation and some confidence, I guess. I think I was a little bit uneasy at shortstop. I certainly love the challenge and I love the opportunity to get the plays over there and to try my heart out. I certainly think there's a stronger side we can put against this team, and I'm looking forward to seeing them again.
I feel like Plugger playing at third, he's been pretty much a brick wall. Maybe sort of myself at second has sort of really been well. I think Jess, yourself over at centre field has been sort of absolutely amazing this season. I know that you sort of put your hand up to it, and I know you've done a lot of training out in centre field, and then all of a sudden to be moved back to shortstop is not something that we sort of have had you training at. And I know we're creatures of habit. Unfortunately, the loss of Shane Fisher with the surgery, it did mean that we had to shuffle aside around and make these sort of adjustments on the day. And, again, after only one game realistically of sort of having these sort of movements happen, we weren't able to really get into our groove sort of in the field. When you've been sort of moved around and then you sort of get pushed back, sometimes like a little bit of that fluidity gets lost. I would look forward to sort of playing these guys again, sort of with Shane behind the dish and Fish behind the dish, as we call him, and big Davey Fisher, Frankie Farmer, the bodyguard over at shortstop, big Plugger over at third, and yourself, Jess, over at centre, commanding your husband over at left. And,
I do need to be called in quite frequently.
Yeah, if there's one person who says stop, maybe she's the one you'll hear.
Knows to keep a wide berth of me.
2 highlights I want to point out that I've just been watching roll through. One, Ace, how much bloody air did you get on that grab? The bloody height you get, mate. I'm very impressed. Great leap.
Ace is not known for his flight paths. He certainly isn't a frequent flyer. He's certainly not a frequent flyer. Definitely won't catch me sort of my wings on my back. This ball sort of came my way, and I don't know. I realistically just probably put the glove up. Luckily for me, it sort of landed in. I can say this: when I came back down, it was like right at the top of the glove. So that was probably me at my most.
I'm suspecting maybe it's some of your basketball coaching of the junior sides, Aces. Have you been showing them a few jump shots maybe, and you've brought it into your baseball game?
I tell you what, the kids all do like it because I coach our under-8s team, and we got the 8.5-foot rings, and I can dunk on those. The kids find that very impressive. Oh, coach can dunk. I haven't got the heart to tell them this is not the regular height, but they all just think that I'm the bee's knees because I can jump. But I don't have bee's knees. My knees are a lot more fragile, and I'm pretty sure they're going to go any day now.
Well, speaking of bee's knees, the other highlight I wanted to point out here, I reckon this is the fastest Daz has ever gotten to first base. He's been working on his bloody speed, I think. There's something going on here. I'm going to have a word to Daz on the weekend.
I don't think anyone can question Razzle Dazzle's speed because, that's why he's got the nickname Razzle Dazzle, because every now and then when a ball hits the ground or he's running like that, those 55-year-old legs get moving, and we're just so glad that he's sort of out there just giving us his all. We absolutely love having you, Razzle Dazzle. Thank you for being our leader.
Thanks, Daz. Great work. All right, then, Ace, unfortunately, I have to ask, what was the final score?
0 to 10, whatever. Yeah.
We'll just move on then, shall we? The Golden Flipper, everyone's favourite segment. Ace, who, besides your good self, leaping at least 6 foot into the air, who was nominee 1?
Well, I'm actually going to go to Razzle Dazzle, the sprinter extraordinaire, the man who can cover probably more ground than Farlap if he wants to. And he certainly did on this one. He sort of did an extremely high-speed running catch. And it's just a testament to Razzle Dazzle. Wherever you put him, he's going to just go out there and give you his absolute all. And he's going to make every play that he can. So big tip of the cap to you, Razzle Dazzle. Absolutely love having you out there. Love playing with you.
Look at the team cohesion here. You don't often see Daz and I training in the outfield, but look at the space and respect I'm giving him. I'm giving him an absolute wide berth, getting nowhere near him. I'm just backing him up, not getting in the way at all. Beautiful catch, Daz. Great stuff.
You were in hunt. I think you might have been calling him off on that one. Were you calling him off? You'll call him off from about 50 metres away. I'm coming. The train is coming. I'm going to have to change. It's not Teabagger anymore. It's the Tea Train.
All right, Ace, mate. What is nominee 2, please?
Big Davey Fisher, you know, when he's not actually throwing bullets from the pitcher's mound, here he is just making plays from behind the dish. He's not the fish behind the dish. He's the other fish behind the dish. And here he is here just making an absolute stellar throw just to go to show you the amount of skill and ability that all the fishers have when they're playing baseball. And they can play pretty much every position, and every position they play is absolutely stellar. So I absolutely love this play by Davey Fisher because we love seeing him out there.
And great work to yourself, J-Dub. Look at that tag.
Great stuff.
Executed perfectly. I love it.
And yeah, maybe quick mention to the second baseman. Oh, look at him. He was in perfect position for that cover. Who was covering second?
I don't know, but he does a pretty good celebration here at the end as well. Watching this playback, Jess, I'm noticing I'm taken back about 20 years. Is that the Melbourne Shuffle I'm seeing just before you lay the tag?
It might have been. I was just thinking about this. Dave does this remarkable bloody throw to me, and I'm kind of shuffling along and trying to get my feet in the right position and not quite landing it. So you definitely want your Dave Fisher at shortstop, not a Jess Walters. But I'm loving watching these guys and actually learning from them. So I am trying to improve these sorts of things. But yeah, we'll get there.
Excellent work. All right, Ace. Nominee 3 this week. Who could it be now? Believe it or not, it's just me.
Big Teabagger. Absolutely loving having you out there in left field. You've been absolutely a stalwart out there. Nothing gets past you. And this was just a testament to you and your commitment to every play that you make. And even sometimes when you may be not making the plays and interfering with other people. But just your ability just to track down balls and your 100% commitment. This is it. I'm not letting that thing get past me. And this was a play by you where you just did not let this thing get past you, because it was, by all accounts, in every other game with any other left fielder, this was a double, but not when Teabagger's out left field. Can I tell you that, Teabagger? Your lovely wife, can I tell you? Not when Teabagger's out left. He ain't letting that thing go past him. But I tell you what, absolutely love seeing you out there. Love seeing the commitment like that. Jess, over to you.
I was just going to say it's these sorts of plays will actually keep us competitive with Pakenham. So he stopped a run as well. So that run came in the first one that was on third base, but the batter didn't get to second, and that second runner who was on second doesn't come home. So it's these sorts of plays that are actually going to keep us so competitive and, yeah, keep us up with Pakenham next time we play them. So good on you, Troy. Well done.
Well, thank you. And I know I've got a bit of unconventional thoughts rattling around my head, but do you guys think maybe it's possibly all those foul balls that I'm chasing down constantly during the game?
You never let a foul ball go. Everyone's like, let it go, Teabag. No, he ain't letting it go. He's going to get it. He's going to get that foul ball. He's going to get it. And I know I always refer to Jess as your lovely wife, but Jess, I'm going to have to start referring to Troy as your lovely husband when he's doing stuff like this out there.
I think so too. Good idea.
Thank you very much for the nomination. I appreciate it. Jess, around the grounds for Saturday, 7th December. Run us through it, please.
So the first had the 8-1 win against Footscray, and unfortunately our seconds did forfeit against Waverley. Last time we were scheduled to play Waverley, it was a washout. However, Waverley have two sides in this division. So we washed out against Waverley Red, who are currently sitting 5th, and we've just forfeited against Waverley Black, who are sitting 3rd. And our seconds are currently sitting 8th.
Ace, do me a favour, mate. Tell me, how did the men look Sunday, 8th December around the club?
Bit of an interesting one, I guess, if you like losses, because our ones, they unfortunately had a 1-2 defeat against Waverley. Our seconds had a draw, loss. Our thirds, luckily, sort of redeemed the Chelsea club against Pakenham, sort of had a 7-4 win. Great job. We sort of were able to hang around for a little bit of them. Fourth, we don't need to talk about it. And our fifth, unfortunately, a 5-12 defeat against Waverley.
Let's hope the coming weekend has a bit more in store for us. Jess, what's happening with the women this upcoming Saturday, 14 December?
Our last game for this year is away versus Port Melbourne at 1:30. The first and the seconds have a bye.
All right, Ace, take me through, please, the men's fixtures for this upcoming weekend, Sunday, 15th December.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're banking this weekend and going and watching a lot of Chelsea Dolphins baseball, you've got to be very disappointed because, unfortunately, our thirds, our fourths, our fifths all have a bye this weekend leading into Christmas. Thank you very much. Good luck to our first and seconds up at Upway, but the rest of us, we have in the week off.
Good luck, fellas. I won't be making the long drive out there, I'm afraid. I've got some Christmas business to attend to. Speaking of Christmas things to attend to, Jessa, what's happening this Saturday night, please, at the club?
Yes, it's our club-wide Christmas party. So everyone should come down. There'll be family fun activities and the barbecue dinner, bit of a Secret Santa swap, and it will finish the night off with a movie, which is going to be The Benchwarmers. Beautiful baseball movie to finish off the year and have a celebrate and get together and say Merry Christmas.
All right, lovely win there by the women to take us out. A message from the skipper. Everyone, enjoy the break. It's been a long, stressful couple of weeks. Let's use the break to reset our minds and enjoy the remainder of the season. Let's come home strong and win the flag. Jess, excellent work this evening from your good self. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
And Ace, as always, mate, a pleasure having you here.
Whether it be thick or thin or ups or downs, the pod always swims strongest together, and that's what makes us a pod, is by bonding and getting around to each other. So let's enjoy this Christmas break and let's come home strong.